Liam looked at his watch. 8:05 p.m. He had been at the party for exactly 5 minutes, and he already wanted to go home. He stood in the corner of the living room, near a large potted plant. He gripped his plastic cup, so tightly that the plastic began to crack. Crackle. To his left, a group of people were laughing loudly. To his right, 2 people were having a deep, intense conversation. But Liam was in the dead zone. He made eye contact with a girl standing near the snack table. She smiled. This was his chance. He walked over. He opened his mouth. He needed to say something cool. Something funny. Something smart. So, Liam said, his voice cracking. Do you like cheese? The girl looked at him. She looked at the cheese. She looked back at him. It's okay, she said. And then, silence. The terrible, heavy, awkward silence. Liam wanted the floor to open up and swallow him whole. But before we find out how Liam recovers from the cheese incident. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I am your teacher, and today, we are going to a party. In this episode, you will learn English by listening to the story of Liam, a shy graphic designer, who has to survive a crowded social event. We are going to tackle the biggest fear for many English learners, small talk. How do you start a conversation? How do you keep it going? And how do you stop it from becoming awkward? To help you, we will focus on 3 specific power words that will appear in the story: mingle, tedious, and common ground. Grab your drink, relax your shoulders, and let's enter the party. Liam was a smart guy. He could design complex websites. He could fix a broken computer in 10 minutes. But when he had to speak to strangers, his brain stopped working. This was the annual holiday party for his company. There were 50 people in the room. Some were his co-workers, but many were strangers, clients, partners, and friends of the boss. Liam's strategy was usually simple: hide. He would find a corner, check his phone, and pretend he was answering an urgent email. But tonight, his phone battery was dead. He had no shield. He had to mingle. Let me explain that word. To mingle means to move around a social group, talking to many different people. You don't stay in one spot, you mix with the crowd. Liam hated mingling. After his failed conversation about the cheese, Liam retreated to the balcony. It was cold outside, but at least it was quiet. He took a deep breath. Rough night, a voice asked. Liam jumped. Standing next to him was Julian. Julian was one of the sales managers. Julian was famous in the office for being incredibly charming. He could talk to anyone. He was the master of small talk. Oh, hi Julian, Liam said. Yeah. I'm just getting some air. Julian smiled. He leaned against the railing. I saw you in there, Julian said kindly. The cheese question. Liam's face turned red. I panicked. I didn't know what to say. Small talk is so tedious. Let me explain that word. Tedious means boring, slow, and repetitive. Liam thought small talk was tedious because he thought it was meaningless. He thought it was just saying things like nice weather or good food. It is only tedious if you make it boring, Julian said. He took a sip of his drink. You are thinking about it the wrong way, Liam. You are trying to be interesting. You are trying to perform. Isn't that the point? Liam asked. To impress people. No, Julian shook his head. The point is to be curious. Don't try to be interesting. Try to be interested. Liam thought about this. Interested, not interesting. Look, Julian said. Let's go back inside. I challenge you. Go talk to that guy over there, the one with the blue tie. But don't ask him a yes or no question. And don't talk about the weather. What should I talk about? Liam asked, terrified. Find common ground, Julian said. Observe him. Be a detective. Find something you both share. Liam stepped back inside. He felt like a soldier going into battle. He looked for the man with the blue tie. The man was standing near the bookshelf. He looked bored. He was looking at the books on the shelf. Liam walked over. His heart was beating fast, thump thump, thump thump. He wanted to ask, do you like books? But he stopped himself. That was a yes or no question. That was a dead end. He looked at what the man was doing. The man was tilting his head, reading the titles of the books. Liam took a deep breath. He decided to be curious. I wonder if anyone has actually read any of these, Liam said aloud, standing next to the man. Or if they are just for decoration. The man in the blue tie turned around. He looked surprised. Then, he laughed. I was thinking the exact same thing, the man said. I saw a book here on 18th century French architecture. It looks like it has never been opened. Exactly, Liam smiled. He felt a tiny spark of confidence. I think they buy these books by the meter. Just to look smart. I'm Marcus, the man said, extending his hand. I'm Liam. They shook hands. The awkward silence didn't come. Because they had found common ground. To find common ground means to discover a shared interest or opinion with another person. Liam and Marcus shared an opinion, the books were fake. This connected them. But now, Liam had to keep the conversation going. He remembered Julian's advice, be curious. So, Marcus, Liam asked. If you could replace all these boring books with one type of book that you actually like, what would it be? Marcus's eyes lit up. He didn't have to give a standard answer. He had to think. Oh, that's a good question, Marcus said. I'm a huge fan of old mystery novels. Agatha Christie. Sherlock Holmes. That kind of stuff. Really? Liam said. I haven't read much mystery. What do you like about it? Is it the puzzle? Suddenly, they weren't doing small talk anymore. They were having a real conversation. Marcus talked about mysteries. Liam listened and asked why and how. He wasn't worrying about being funny. He was just listening. 10 minutes passed. Then 20. Liam forgot to check his watch. Then, the music stopped. The boss tapped a glass with a spoon. Ding ding ding. It was time for speeches. Marcus turned to Liam. Hey, it was great talking to you. You're a good listener. Most people here just want to talk about their sales numbers. Liam smiled. Thanks, Marcus. Liam looked across the room. He saw Julian near the door. Julian gave him a small thumbs up. Liam survived. And he did it without talking about the weather. Before we see how the night ends, let's look at the power words that helped him. Word number 1, mingle. To move around and talk to different people at a social event. Example, at the wedding, I tried to mingle with the bride's family. Word number 2, tedious. Something that is too long, slow, or dull. It is tiresome or monotonous. Example, filling out all these tax forms is very tedious work. Word number 3, common ground. Shared interests, beliefs, or opinions between two people. This is the secret to good small talk. Example, even though we are from different countries, we found common ground in our love for football. Okay. Liam has mastered the art of curiosity. Let's see what happens at the end of the night. The party was ending. People were putting on their coats and saying goodbye. Liam walked towards the exit. He felt lighter. He felt different. Usually, after a party, he felt exhausted. He felt drained. But tonight, he felt energized. As he was putting on his scarf, he saw the girl from the beginning of the night, the cheese girl. She was standing by the door, waiting for a taxi. She looked a little bored. Old Liam would have run away. Old Liam would have been too embarrassed. But new Liam remembered the rule: be curious. Be interested. He walked up to her. "Hi," Liam said. She looked at him nervously. "Hi. You're the cheese guy." Liam laughed. "Yes. I am the cheese guy." That was a terrible opener. "I apologize." She smiled. It was a little unique. "I'm Liam," he said. "I'm Sophie." Liam looked outside. It was raining heavily. "I bet getting a taxi in this rain is going to be a nightmare," Liam said. "Have you been waiting long?" 10 minutes, Sophie sighed. "My app says it's another 15 minutes away." "That is tedious," Liam said, using his new favorite word. "Well, since we are stuck here, tell me, what is the best thing you ate tonight?" "Because it definitely wasn't the cheese." Sophie laughed. A real laugh. "The mini tacos," she said immediately. "They were amazing. I ate about 6 of them. I missed the tacos." Liam groaned. "I spent too much time analyzing the fake books." They stood there in the doorway, talking about food, bad weather, and office parties. The conversation flowed like water. It wasn't awkward. It was easy. When Sophie's taxi finally arrived, she turned to him. "It was nice to mingle with you, Liam," she said. "Maybe I'll see you at the next one." "Definitely," Liam said. Liam walked to the subway station. He realized that Julian was right. The pressure to be smart is what kills a conversation. The secret to small talk isn't being interesting, it is being interested. He took out his phone. He didn't look at social media. He opened his notes app and wrote down one sentence: ask questions. Find the tacos. Liam learned that small talk is actually just big talk waiting to happen. If you can find common ground, you can talk to anyone, anywhere. The moral of the story is this: people will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Be interested in them, and they will like you. Now, I have a challenge for you. What is your go-to question to start a conversation? Do you ask about work? Hobbies? Or do you have a creative question? Write your best opening line in the comments below. I will read them and tell you if I would talk to you. If you want to improve your social English and feel confident in any room, click subscribe and hit the bell. In the next episode, we are going to explore how to complain politely, because sometimes, the service really is bad. Thank you for listening. Keep mingling, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next story.